several high-profile athletes have endured season-ending injuries. Can you guys tell us how hard it is to come back from an injury and what these people might go through?
Pepe, great question. We appreciate your call. Muchas gracias for everything, man. The rehab process is a nightmare. Like, you always hear like, oh, that person's going to rehab and they'll come back. And you always hear the redemption stories, like, and they always say, well, they went in there every day and they worked hard. It's like, it is miserable. It's painful. It is no fun. It's a lonely existence because you're not really around many people. You can't really do much. Rehab is a pain in the ass, but it's a part of the profession, to be honest. It is a part of the job, rehabbing your injuries. Dak's going to have to go through it. As of today, 2 more ACLs have been torn in the NFL. Taylor Lewan, Devin Bush, absolute studs for their teams. That's going to affect their organizations. But the rehab is just a nightmare, AJ, and that can't go understated enough.
Yeah, but it's something that if you are playing sports, especially football, like a combative sport, it's just part of the game. It's what you do. Surgeries are part of it. You know you're going to have surgeries. You know you may break some things. And rehab is, well, yeah, that's what you do because this is how I get back on the field. So, yeah, it's tough. The hard thing, I think, for most people, like we see Dak, what was he post a day or two after surgery or right after surgery and talks about how excited he is he's going to come back. Yeah, out of the gate, yeah, you're good. Out of the gate, everyone's good to go. It's like 3 months in when you got to continue those tiny little leg lifts and different things for your quad and whatever you're rehabbing at the moment. That's when it makes it tough. And I've never had to go on season-ending IR. That's really difficult, I think, for a lot of guys because it's like, all right, next man up. Man, it sucks. You could be a surefire Hall of Famer, but it's like, hey, we got to keep it moving here, man. And the guys, like, they're not ostracized, but they're kind of just left out in the cold, it seems like. Yeah, they're out because you're not in the meetings, you're not doing anything. Your rehab is happening either before or after the rest of the team is, so that you don't take up any spots while the team's in there that's playing. It's a fine balance mentally and physically of keeping yourself sane. My favorite is like when you're 3 months into it with a leg injury and they have you sit on a seat and they ask you with your toes to roll in a towel, and that's like your workout for like an hour, okay? You just got to bring in a towel with your toes. And it's like you're 3 months into this thing. You might have just ran a 4.2 40. You can jump 45 inches in the sky. You can fly around. And here you are 2.5 months removed from the surgery, and they're asking you to move a towel like 4 inches. And it's like, that's every single day now. Now, not only do you have to do this, and you have to get something scraped there so your scar tissue doesn't end up. It is a relentless process that I don't think gets talked about enough. You always hear like, well, you went in there and he made it on the other side. It is a kick in the ass. It's the worst part of being a professional athlete, I think. Aside from, it's the worst part of being a professional, is it just comes with the gig, though. So Dak, Taylor, Devin, everybody else that got hurt, there are numerous names. It's like right now their life is very different than what people talk about. Oh, they get to be millionaires and do whatever. It's like, well, there's a lot of guys that are currently trying to teach their leg how to walk again. Mm-hmm. And they're expected to be back next year, by the way. And if you're not playing good, we will fire you. So you will make no dollars after that. It's just part of it. Just part of the process, AJ. You know what it's like, Pat, when you say like no one sees the process and how tough it was for this person may have been rehabbing every day 6 to 9 months. It's like when somebody other than your wife, other than you're living with, has a baby. You're like, oh wait, you're already 8 months pregnant. Man, it's been an easy pregnancy for you, hasn't it? If you don't really see the person much, or they have the kid, you're like, wow, those 9 months went very fast. And then if you talk to the mom, she's like, it absolutely didn't. I puked the first 6 months. I dumped my pants the next 3, and then I finally had the kid. Is that what happened? No, luckily I wouldn't have had 4 if that was the case, but yeah.